So I want to make sure that we don't gloss over the feminism part of this, because that's obviously where you spend a lot of your time.
Hello and welcome back. Today we take a look at a video from the Rubin report called Feminism and Gaming with Leanna Kersner. Let's check it out.
You know, I've had many guests on this show, and myself included, that have been pretty critical of third wave feminism. How is that sort of tied into everything we're talking about now?
Well, feminism has never been popular. I know now in retrospect, we think, oh no, second wave feminism was embraced. It wasn't.
Well, feminism is popular now. Have you ever been on YouTube, lady? And here's a list of all the women's studies courses in the United States. It's like the Energizer Bunny because it keeps going and going and going and going and going.
I treated a woman the exact way I would treat a man in the video game world, which is I grab them out of their car and I punch them. So I think you're with me on that in terms of that you would want women to be treated the same way in a game, right?
My big wish for the Grand Theft Auto series that Rockstar just starts giving the prostitutes weapons.
The fact that Leanna only focuses on the prostitutes, a tiny fragment of the game's content that you could quite easily miss while you're running over pedestrians, shooting cops, or blowing planes out of the sky, this reveals her bias. Now she can have that bias, I don't have an issue with that, but she needs to be honest about it. What she needs to say is, I don't mind men being shot in these games, I just don't want you to be able to hurt women in these games. That would be honest. But Rubin doesn't take her to task on this. Sure, he's not a gamer, but he should know enough about the GTA games from the basic advertising on the topic. Plus, I assume he went over these topics before the interview. He should be able to at least challenge her on some of these things, but Dave is just too nice. That's why YouTube needs no bullshit. I'm the hero YouTube needs, but doesn't deserve right now.
I mean, the problem right now is I think it's too easy to kill these women that you've just obtained the services are for your own benefit.
She speaks of the game in a way that fundamentally misrepresents what the game is about, and it reveals that she doesn't know how you're supposed to play that kind of game. When you play Grand Theft Auto, you play as a criminal, as a murderer, and the game doesn't glorify this. In fact, GTA 4 made a big deal at the end of their main story, about how people who live a life of violence tend to suffer because of that. Also, if you get caught killing or stealing, cops come after you in the game. The GTA series is not about killing prostitutes. It's about killing everything, and quite equally, I might add.
In Grand Theft Auto, a police officer will have a gun they can shoot back. Mm-hmm. The prostitutes, for whatever reason, in this very dangerous city, don't have tasers, don't have guns, don't have pepper spray. That's the real issue with it.
That's not your real issue with it, because some prostitutes do in fact have weapons in the game, and there's also just as many unarmed men in GTA as women. What about the men? Next, she complains about skin color in Mad Max Fury Road.
You know, just because girls are punching patriarchy or running it over with the cars doesn't make it a feminist film. There's still a lot of beauty standard tied into some really difficult stuff. And I don't use the word problematic. I can't stand it. So,
hey, she just pulled a Leafy move there. I'm not going to make fun of this kid's fucked up teeth, guys, okay? Not going to do it.
You know, the idea that they're all out in the desert in this society where resources are scarce and they're all fairly pale-skinned white people. Give me a break.
Give me a break. That movie throws realism out the window after giving it a kiss on the cheek. Again, just goes to show that her focus is on her social justice causes. In this case, railing against some kind of beauty myth she has a problem with. Yet she looks like she dolled herself up pretty nicely. And then she says there aren't enough black people in the movie. Come on, Leanna. You could do better. And so can you, Dave Rubin.
That race would have adapted to that environment more. So we're still dealing with the beauty myth.
You know why feminists always have a problem with beauty standards? Because they're always ugly. Yet beautiful women will hardly ever be feminists. Because shit, they always get everything they want, so why even bother? Dude, I think I just cracked the Da Vinci Code of feminism. It's a way for ugly girls to get all the privileges and perks of pretty girls. Solved it. Someone get Tom Hanks with long hair in here.
Oh my God.
Frankly, I find debating the feminismness, the femininity of video games and movies to be quite dull. It just goes to show how desperate third-wave feminists are to find issues and causes to trump around on the news and interviews. Long were the days when feminists fought for equality, the right to vote, or equal pay. Now we've sunk down to talking about giving weapons to female characters in video games, and the accuracy of skin color in a movie that features this guy. What race should he be? Frankly, I don't give a shit. I'm really more disappointed in Dave Rubin for not calling her on her shit. But again, Dave's too nice. I actually thought the same thing about about Bearing a few weeks ago, rest in peace. He did a live stream with the Ranting Feminist, and believe me, that name isn't just an expression. That girl ranted on, worse than this Leanna girl by far. But Bearing and Dave just keep letting them go on without any interruption or corrections. And I get it, they're being polite and they're also letting the feminists hang themselves with all the rope they're giving them. But I think it's time these girls were interviewed with some hardball questions. You can be polite and call them on their shit too. At least that's what I try and do. What do you guys think? Is Dave Rubin too nice to his guests? Is this feminist crazy about picking apart movies and video games? Comment below, and thanks so much for watching a new episode of No Bullshit. Au revoir. Well, you asked for it and now you got it. New shirts are out at the No Bullshit Teespring store. We've got the plain No BS shirt, the Bullhead shirt, and my new favorite shirt brought to you by a quote from Zara Larson. Get your Look at the Static shirt today, just in time for Christmas. Links below or just search No Bullshit on Teespring. Thanks again, you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.